y'all, and welcome back to another episode of Catch That, where we really analyze, break down, and discuss honestly R&B artists, albums, and eras. I am Naturally Elise, and as my brother,
JR.
and we are the R&B representatives. And today we welcoming back some show enough family,
Yes,
and also
Lord.
music family,
Mm-hmm.
and podcasting family, just all, just all everything.
Yes.
But it's our very, very, very good friend, Mr. Darius Thompson. Hello.
Hello, guys. I'm glad to be here. Always good to be with family. Always, always good. So I appreciate being welcomed back, invited back, and to speak about a very important album. Very
Ooh.
important. So I'm excited. Thank you guys again.
Yes. And JR, how
Yes.
about you tell the folks what we talking to with Brother Darius about today and why?
Okay, so today, y'all, we will be talking about the important album from En Vogue, and it is Born to Sing. I can actually put up the vinyl just like Elise can. So you're right. so we talked about Funky Divas with Darius, and we talked about that album, and we was like, hell, if we gonna talk about that album, we definitely got to talk about Born to Sing. We got to talk about the start of it all, and it was the girls that started it all. So we gonna get into this album. Y'all know how we do. We're gonna get into every song. We're gonna talk about the things we like, maybe some things we didn't like, which ain't gonna be a lot. And y'all, we really gonna get into this. So before we talk about the album, what made you really get into En Vogue, Darius? What made you be like, they're it?
To be honest, for a lot of people, they say, oh, of course, it was Hold On and First Dropped. It was and of course, think about it, how that song even starts off, right? With the a cappella rendition, and then it go into like this hip hop funky beat that with the James Brown sample.
Right.
But it really was not until Don't Go.
Wow.
Don't Go, which is my favorite song by them, like ever, out of the entire catalog. Yes, a lot of people don't know that, but that is my favorite En Vogue song out of the entire En Vogue catalog. I remember being a kid, first seeing them in that video. Visually, it just captivated me. You seen four beautiful Black women, young Black women. They were not, they were sexy, but the video really wasn't trying to sell sex. It was just class and grace and the poise. And they showed you so many different looks. They showed you from the little black dresses to like these Arabic like garb, and then the white suits and how they're moving and the harmonies in that song. In that moment, I said, "Oh my God!" They remind me of Emotions, the Jonas Girls. But this is a new age era. Like this is the new girls on the block that can sing like your grandmama and them. However, they serving it up. They are young, hip, and in that song, in that moment, that's when I was like, oh yeah, they are here to stand the test of time. And I have ever since then been a diehard En Vogue fan.
Wow. Wow. Yeah, that's what, well, since you said Hold On was mine, because my mom used to sing it around the house. It was three songs around this time that she would sing. She would sing Hold On by En Vogue, Ralph Tresvant Sensitivity, and Sybil's Don't Make Me Over.
Yeah.
So clearly she was in her emotional bag. Y'all see where I get it from? But but she would always sing that. And like you said, it was like the acapella of Who's Loving You caught you off the break, because if you're a Jackson 5 fan, you know that was from them. But the original was Smokey, but the Jackson 5 made it popular. So it was like, all right, cool. And then it just comes into this beat that's so infectious. It's like, doom, 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 doom. And right, and you said it reminded me, it's that James Brown sample that gets my family for sure. So any James Brown thing I'm hearing, that's it. You know what I mean? So then after that, what really got me, I was 4 years old. And when I saw the video and they was in them black dresses, I was like, oh,
yes,
they look good. Like,
yeah,
oh, okay, they not, you know what I'm saying? They not,
yeah,
ain't nobody
yeah.
bad in it. Like, they look
No,
good in it. I was just like, and they dancing and they serving it. Like, they really serving it. And it used to be on the box like crazy,
crazy, yeah.
crazy. And I used to see it and it was like, oh yeah, they dope. And then I don't know how we got the cassette. It wasn't me that brought it because I was only 4, so don't look at me. And and we got it. And just like you said, Darius, once I heard it, they remind you of the Emotions, the Jones
Yeah,
Girls. You know what I'm saying? The harmonies of 3 Degrees. And I
yeah.
was like, I'm a fan of these girls because I'm hearing the musicality of them.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I'm it. But like you said, after Don't Go, it was a wrap for me. It was like,
Yes,
these girls is it.
yeah.
Period. I'm not. Yeah.
Yeah, and hold on, like it was love at first listen
Yeah.
with them for me. But when I first heard Hold On, they did a thing that groups later did, let you know that they could sing, like Brownstone and Boys to Men.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
They fought like they was kind of a blueprint of doing it in that way.
Yep.
Yes.
It's like we're gonna give you a banger, but you gotta wait 30 seconds real quick for the show
Right.
off. And then you can dance.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
And
Then you have
Yeah.
permission.
it was smart. It was a smart
And
move
it was, and
too.
you could tell how it was so dope because they would even play that part in the club. Like
Yep.
in the club,
Yep.
like yo, like granted, I know like we're trying to get to where the beat drop and we can, move to it, but we not gonna ignore this this section of it. And people in the club were singing it like they were like in their bag, and then when the beat dropped, it's like dun, dun,
Mhm.
dun. You was just into it. Guys loved them. Girls wanted to be like them.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
See, and so JR, before we got on, you were kind of talking about Hold On and the about them in the radio getting them to play it
Right.
here.
Oh, yes. Thank you for bringing that up. You're so smart. Um, so I got the vinyl. Like I got the vinyl. Shout out to Timogen. He gave me the alley hoop for it, right? So in it, they got from their marketing team overseas, they got a letter that they wrote them. And they was like, the album is selling over 200,000 copies a week in the US. The debut single Hold On is number 1 on the R&B charts and number 18 on the Hot 100 and still rising. We're sitting at number 5 in the UK single charts and the national radio still refuses to play it.
Mm.
They said, but then we have never needed them to tell us about a good record. We got ears of our own. Your efforts have put En Vogue where they are in the UK, and maybe it'll go to number 1. Enjoy the album. So they giving them the album to be like, y'all better hop on this because everybody's on it and y'all refusing to play it. And then once it get huge, it's gonna be like all of a sudden, let's play it now. You know what I mean? Because it's hot as fist grease in the US. You know what I mean? So yeah, I got that. That's crazy when I read this.
Yeah, and I wonder if maybe the hesitation in other markets for them to play it is because of the opening acapella and them thinking that they couldn't sell that on radio.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like, no, it's something different. You better play it. It's
And Dawn said when Sylvia Rowan and them heard it at Atlantic, they didn't believe in it. They was, I think, Darius, she said that on your thing. Yeah, they didn't believe in the record. They was just like, they was like,
it was a little
this ain't
side
gonna
eye,
work.
like, are you sure? Because at this time we're talking about it's 1990, right?
mm-hmm.
And well, about to merge into 1990 because they started recording in '89.
Mm-hmm.
However, at this point, you can tell there's a change happening in music, right? Hip hop is jumping, right? R&B is still popping. However, there's a merge of it now. A merge, because Shaka has now emerged hip hop into her music, right? Patty has added, like all of the greats are starting to get into this hip hop bag, right? And we didn't have a whole lot of girl groups at the time. So it's like this is the start of a new decade. and they created what was the blueprint for every girl group of the 1990s, right? And so they said, okay, we want to make sure they know that we can blow, we can sing, right? Like we're gonna do the hip hop thing, okay, cool. But however, we're gonna still give you that essence that we are a group, a girl group. We are ladies first and foremost. We are women. Okay, no, we're not your roundaway girls. No, we're not. No, we're not.
No,
We
no.
are for the people, but we'll get into these vocals, okay? Because you're gonna love me and your mama, your auntie, and everybody else.
And you know why you gonna love me? Because I was born
Born to
to
sing.
sing. You
And
know
that's
how
what this album
audacious?
gave.
You know how audacious a title that is? How
That
It
is
like
is
very
bold.
like
Born to Sing.
They're
you know?
bold. And
But
obviously, if
but they
you're
could
gonna have,
back it up.
if
Yeah,
I was just about to say that,
that
you got
part.
a record like Hold On, and your album is gonna be titled Born to Sing, you better let us know that y'all singing. And they
Mhm.
first and that acapella letting us know that they could sing.
They could.
Period.
And when they were guests on shows, they could just like they would later do with your boys and men, like they
Mhm.
could sing on commit like, okay, we'll sing
Can
this and like that. No warm up, no.
can we get into though? Because now that you bring that up, they accepted an award singing.
I
It
love that
did.
clip. I
Singing.
love that clip.
They said their thank you speech in song, using Hold On as the reference, right? They have the whole, um, beginning part, and they sing that at the AMA. Iconic, hello, like,
Yep.
and they are singing, and if you look in the audience, everybody is like, oh, God damn,
Right.
they
Right.
deserve this.
Yeah.
When you have a greats in the audience like your Whitney Houston's and your Natalie Cole's and they looking back like these little heifers.
You know that's what they said. You know that's what they said. These
And
apples.
showed out, but we loved, and it gave them hope that you know what? Because you remember, people were very unsure about what the '90s was going to give
Yeah.
musically,
Yeah.
and they felt like this was just going to be that it wasn't going to be timeless like how all the previous music was. But they gave them hope, saying, you know what? We're gonna be all right. We're gonna be all right.
Cause you know what kind of bullshit they were saying back then? That they
Yeah.
still saying is and I remember is R&B dead. This
Really?
ain't a new concept. Do you know how many magazines? And that would be one of the little,
Wow.
Yes.
yes, is R&B dead? Is over numerous times, not they did it in the 80s and they did it in the 90s. It is not a new conversation. It's like, well, obviously, y'all need to stop having it because the motherfucker's still living, like hanging up.
Boom. Boom.
And that is when sampling became such a huge inspiration in R&B because if you notice, a lot of the R&B that was from the '90s had a sample in it a lot of
Every
the time,
sample. Yeah.
everything, and that was okay because that era helped bridge the gap.
Yeah.
They were okay,
And
and because those artists could sing and had talent,
Mhm.
all the originators was like, I approve. It's all good.
Right. And I think that's the whole. Once you get the OGs down,
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Because
yeah.
it was looking a
They in
little,
the comments.
Because let me tell you something. Our girl, Vesta Khan, she, baby, oh, she will eat them late 80 girls up. You hear me? I just don't do one line of a song. I don't do like she was eating. So for them to see four girls able to blow like that, and then they accept the speech. You brought that up, Darius. And when Terry just comes in and say, we, and then say thank you. I was like, what? Is this real?
And then Max, Cindy, and John coming with that 3-part harmony. And I loved how, think about it, they did it on a very predominantly white award show.
White.
This is American Music Awards. Okay. This ain't Soul Train. This ain't Lady of Soul.
Nope.
This is, and they coming with it. Soul, like, what's up?
Like you said, all of our OG divas in the audience is like these heifers, but we like it, but these heifers.
Right.
And also, what I like about the 90s and what I like about En Vogue as well is they had songs that crossed over and went pop, but they didn't change who they were to do that. They just came in singing to us what we wanted to hear.
Yep.
And it just happened to, transcend to another place. But they didn't change at all. Not this, not the next album. They didn't change that approach.
And that's to think of. That's because of McElroy and Foster. Honestly, they had a vision. You know what I'm saying? They said that they wanted to have the emotions again, and they wanted to have the Jones Girls again, and they was like, we got them, and we just got to make them current, but still give them the flavor of old school. You know what I'm saying? Because they are the only group that can honor like the Shirelles, and when they did their 1993, when they won for Entertainer of the Year, they didn't do their stuff. They did theirs,
all the girl groups before them that encouraged them, that inspired them,
that made them born to sing.
You
know what I'm saying? Like that's just it was like Tommy.
And when you think about it, and when you think about even the transition from the first album to the second album, you can make that all one. En Vogue are born to sing funky divas.
True. I like that. Because this album is funky as hell too, though.
You see what I'm saying? Like they are I love because, and I'm glad that you said that they never changed, because what that did was it made them the blueprint. The blueprint.
Yep. Because by the time
everybody wanted to be like them. Everybody prayed to be, because that was unreal. There was no lead singer in that group. Every woman, every girl could take that mic and sing down, and it would be a hit. It's not like, oh, well, just with Terry, it's a hit, or just with Dawn. No. Baby, you can pass it to any one of us, and it's going to be a hit.
That part.
They definitely proved that. Yeah.
And we're going to serve it up.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
You're going to eat it up. And I love that about them, because that was very rare.
Yes.
In music, period. Not just in girl groups, and groups in general.
Yep.
Yeah. Agreed. Facts.
Agreed.
In general, like that was rare. So when you seen that, it was like, oh, okay. Okay. That made people realize, like, no, it's not, oh, that's just Terry. No. And because each video came out, because really you go from Hold On, right, where you have Terry is Turn It Off, and when the beat dropped, here comes Cindy.
Right. God
damn. And she fucking it up too.
Right.
Like, it's lit. And then you go to a song like Lies. And you like, well, this the, hey Dawn. Oh, this is Dawn. Okay. You get into her. She's cute. Then you follow up with Cindy.
Yeah.
But then at the end,
you get Max and Terry.
She loses her damn mind.
Oh, listen. When we get to Lies, I got some issues.
And Terry closes it out. And then Terry closes it out. You're like, whoa, what just happened? Every girl just sung.
We can talk about Lies right now.
Let's get into it.
Y'all want to go to Lies?
Lies.
We can talk. Child, this our show. We don't have to go in the order.
We don't gotta go in order. We sure don't. Okay,
we can go back and talk.
The Lies is my shit.
Now I do want to talk about the order, but
let's talk about Lies first.
Let's talk about Lies. Yes.
Because the order what it and give what it's supposed to have given.
It ain't supposed to give what it gave. No, it's not.
Luckily,
me and have gone on about this so much, but we gonna get into this.
Luckily, the songs were good. However, the order, the flow was not the best.
How about our boy shot?
That's when you gotta make your own.
Yeah.
Like make a playlist of it in the order that makes sense to your heart.
Yes.
your heart.
In
Yes.
your
ear into your heart. Yes.
Okay, so let's go into lies. Lies.
Yes, lies.
Dawn owns this shit. Owns. When she come off the like Dawn letting you know I'm not playing no games off the break. Like it's no game to me.
I sing.
I sing. You know what I mean? Because this was the second single. So it's like, oh, y'all heard Terry and y'all heard Cindy. It's my time. It's me. Y'all gonna listen to me. I'm the youngest in the group and y'all don't even know it. But I'm the youngest in the group. I'm about to give y'all this.
Right.
And then for her, and like you said, Cindy to go back and forth. Cindy comes in the pre-chorus, and it's just Tommy and Denny, man.
But what's so dope? What's so dope is there's such a strong message in the song.
It is. It is.
It's such a message because you can get caught up in the hype. Because first of all, again, these are gorgeous girls, right? They serving it up. In the video, it's this black and white kind of thing going on. It's the looks, it's the short skirts. You now got the young girl in the group. She's now leading, and she's sultry. She's sexy. She has a certain edge about her.
Darius. She gives the group the edge, yo.
She has a certain kind of edge about her that we really didn't get in Hold On per se from the vocal standpoint. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, okay, and she's telling about so much that's going on in the world, and that's still going on in the world today. You know, about how everything is kind of built around lies in the world, right? Like, I mean, if I'm gonna say teachers and educators and politicians, they use lies as a way of life. And
yes, they do.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and Cindy will come back in with that, yes, they do. Who do you think you're talking to? Like, they started off their careers being very conscious.
Okay.
Having messages in their music, right? Like, cause it's lit. It's the doom. Still, again, because let's work it live. Ain't nothing but a slow down, hold on.
Or a sped up Negro spiritual. Don't it sound like a spiritual to y'all?
They do. Because remember,
of how they draw.
It's the same like rhythm and pattern as hold on. It's the doom live doom. It's the same
it's
thing.
The same
right?
kind of tempo. Yep.
Kind of tempo, same kind of rhythm. But like she would at least say, they singing that like they in church.
And yes.
Like they in church. Like they are delivering a word, a message, and you're gonna get into it. Okay?
Yes. Oh yes. Oh.
So I just had another thought. My thoughts is a little scattered, but a little bit early when I was talking about how they stayed true to their music and they didn't try to cross over. Well, it's great that they didn't try to change up their music, because all their singles came with top 3 R&B singles, and except for Hold On, everything else was 58, 60.
Thank you.
But we continued to rock with them. We did not stop.
No, we didn't.
Because they were making it to cater to us. Now, had they tried to cater to them, they might have ended up being one-hit wonders.
Correct.
If you like, y'all remember when we talked about on Funky Divas, right? How the first album is so raw. It's raw, it's that. We get the Funky Divas, they get a little polish, right? But some of those songs you could tell did not fit with the album, because I think it was them. I think it was Denny and Tommy trying to give us the flavor of that. But you can't do an album like that with an album like that, because it's so polished. You see what I'm saying? That's why they try to give you Hip Hop Lover, and they tried to give you Until the Fat Lady Sings, which ain't nothing but them trying to recreate lies, and it just don't work. It didn't fit. You know what I'm saying? So it's like with this, you could tell Tommy and Denny was like, this is going to be a black album, and that's what the hell it is.
Yeah.
And for us, I
think is a real R&B album.
It R&B is. It's not nothing. There's no pop to it. I mean, it is pop because black music is popular music.
Yes.
It all.
Yes.
And at the end of the day, it was just like, it was so rooted in us. They couldn't play a song like Lies on Z100. They couldn't play that on TKU or whatever.
No, let me correct you. Okay. They could have. Oh, they chose not to. Don't get it twisted. Part. They could have played whatever the fuck they wanted to. So no, that was on them. Not on the music.
Yeah.
Speak on it.
And remember on this song, because you know, En Vogue is not really a group known to have like features or to have artists featured on their stuff. So on Live, they have up-and-coming rapper WT.
Mm-hmm.
She's on it, and she's featured in the video. However, on the album, it doesn't say featuring her though.
It didn't.
So the sad part about it is you may not. I feel like we didn't get a chance to really know her name the way we could have.
They just put her on there as the rapper for Live, but it's not featuring her.
Right?
Yeah.
And so we got to see her in the video, which is really dope. But whole time she was actually a artist under Guinea as well. I mean, yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So she was with them, and so that's why they put her on. You know, so like
her exposure.
They were having they had several artists, but En Vogue just popped off so big that they just became the focus. Because remember, they had a deal with Sylvia Rome to bring like I think like 4 to 5 artists, and they knew that they wanted to start off with a girl group first. But if they popped so big, it was like, well, they're gonna be the focus then.
I'm glad you said that because even though because they had Tony first, but they wasn't signed to their production team and all that. They were their producers, but they wasn't signed to them. So when that's why they is En Vogue on their album, not on Tommy and Denny's album, and on the song Desperately that they put on the 30th anniversary. So they was on there doing a lot of background vocals, but they wanted to start with a female group. And they popped so much, it was like you said, they became the focus. Even though we all know that labels don't really believe in you until you really pop off.
Correct.
Because they didn't believe in the girls at first. They were just like, whatever. We have put a little bit of money behind them. But once they blew the fuck up, y'all see that second budget with Funky Divas, they became glamorous divas after that.
It was a budget. Correct.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was like, oh, come on, budget. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh.
Beautiful budgets.
Okay.
Yeah.
Beautiful budgets. Yes. Yeah. Oh, and I love when they do this at the Apollo. It's 2 performances that I love when they do live. At the Apollo when they did it because Terry eats it up at the end. Cuts up real bad. She went to, like y'all said, church. She went to church at the end, and the crowd is with her.
Remember, they cut the music off and let Terry just go.
Yes.
The audience is responding to her like they are in a sanctuary. She is losing her mind.
Yeah. And mind you, they had just finished performing Hold On. So you know when they perform.
And they giving cute little blazers with the little white skirt. It was.
And when the beat dropped and Hold On, the crowd lost it. When they did Lies and Terry was at the end and she went off, the crowd lost it again. So I love that performance, and I love when they did it on Arsenio
Hall.
Or with them black outfits. Woo! This when they're giving you performance. And the mics were still on.
Let's be clear. Like that was a performance. That was what you call presentation.
Yes.
It was how like you hear a song, but then once you see it performed live, you like, I have a whole different respect and perspective on this song now because of how this artist has now delivered it. Yeah. Also, let's be clear, this is the beginning of Frank Gadsden.
Yes.
He is dancing background for En Vogue.
If you see that a lot of stuff that Beyonce do is En Vogue or inspired.
Absolutely, especially the work that he's done with Destiny's Child.
Yes.
So, at this point, he's not their main choreographer yet. No, however, he is dancing background for them during their first album.
Right.
As they transition in the later part of the first album, getting to the second album, that is when Frank gets pushed up.
Yeah, yeah. Because
And
one
he
they were down
is,
with Lavelle, one they
yes,
Lavelle Smith too, right?
yes, and he is the big brains behind a lot of the visual aspect of En Vogue during Funky Diva.
Oh, yeah,
Because
man.
he choreographed giving him something he can feel, which is the right. He choreographed
He
what is that
did
called?
Never
For
Gonna
Your
Get It,
Mind.
right?
Yeah, Never Gonna Get It and For Your
Yeah.
Mind. So that Funky Divas era, that which is how he ended up becoming a VMA award winning choreographer because they used to win for like best dance, best, and because he is the choreographer, he would get those awards.
Oh, come on. Okay, come on, facts that we always spill.
So that's why he owes a lot of his career to him because that's what kind of put him on the map. Like,
Gotcha,
yeah.
gotcha. And then it was just like with when I saw that performance of Lies, this is when I knew each girl. Like you got
Mm-hmm.
the vision of each girl. You saw Cindy was the debutante, the
Mm-hmm.
elegant, the classy, the this. You saw again, Dawn was the girl that was the edgy one.
She the hip, yeah, she the
She
hip
was
hop.
new. She gave the new flavor. You saw Terry will eat up choreography like it wasn't nothing. What?
You could tell she was Janet Jackson back in the day
Yes,
when she was
she
coming
was
up.
the
Yeah.
girl that was the performance aspect. When they perform, you're looking at Terry.
Mm-hmm.
And Maxine was just that special
She raw.
sauce.
She
She
raw.
was raw and
She a
that
quiet
wow, like
storm.
that
She a
jazzy
quiet
vibe. So
storm.
you got
Mm-hmm.
from each of that from the girls, you know what I mean? Which was
Yeah.
just so dope. I love Lies. I think I posted it a couple of months
Yeah.
ago of that performance, and they eats it.
And kudos to them. Just I know we're going to go to a different song, but if you guys notice during this run with this album, anytime the girls sung Lies live, Dawn would also do her vocals and do the rap.
Yeah, she did. Yep, she did. Yep.
They've never did it with Debbie T, so they would have Dawn do the rap. So that was also a cool part. Like, wait, these girls sound like this, and they can like rap a little bit too.
It can
Like,
flow a little bit. Yeah.
so that was cool. That was cool to see because I think after a while, a lot of people started to think that was Dawn on the album. She's like, no, that's not. We just when we do it live, she's not
Yeah.
here, so I got to do it.
And you will give it to the younger one. I mean, makes sense.
Right, like girl, you do it because I ain't about to. Because and when you think about it, could we really see Cindy, Terry, Maxine, girl? It wouldn't sell. It would not be
Yeah.
authentic. So it's just like, Dawn, you go ahead and rock this out.
You rock that. Yeah, yeah. Well, since we're going down to singles, I say going to the next one is You Don't Have to Worry. That was single number 3. That's my favorite song on the album.
You don't have to worry about a thing.
No, no, Jay. You don't have to worry about a thing.
You don't have to.
I love it because it's so street, but yet so smooth. And it's so hip hop because they're using the Jungle Brothers straight out of the jungle. So the hip hoppers are loving it. It's still, they still singing on it. And I love how, because I think that, listen, between freaking February of 90 until the end of the beginning of 91, En Vogue was eating everything up.
Absolutely.
Chart-wise. Because like Elise said, number 1 with Hold On, number 1 with Lies, and then number 1 with You Don't Have to Worry. Who the fuck was doing that? Like, they was coming in like, we are girls. We hitting y'all. You know what I'm saying? And I just love the production of it. Denny and Tommy just, it's so dope. It's so street. Like, they did this on the Apollo and ate it up. And when they did the breakdown, the crowd lost it. They lose.
Don't you want to go? Don't you want to go? Don't you want to go? Don't you want to go?
They like it, yo. What? That crowd loses. I love it when you can captivate a crowd like that. They not doing nothing but dancing, but then again, the microphones are still on. And they dancing hard at that breakdown. And then they come back. No feel like they come back with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, this song, I love it. I love it. This is actually my favorite on the album. It hits you in the gut. You know what I'm saying? Because I was like, what the hell was Tommy and Denny thinking? Like, they
what it
reminds me of? And I don't think they get a lot of respect either, because they kind of the bridge a little bit too, as far as where music was going. Like, we always give it to, we come out of Teddy and give it to, kind of after Teddy, it's kind of like they kind of bypass Brian, they bypass Dave Hall, they bypass them, but you can't, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I would correct what you said, because you said kinda. No, they were.
They were. They don't speak about Brian, Chucky Thompson the way they should.
Yeah. But they won't know kinda the bridge. They had it. Club Nouveau and Tony, En Vogue. Like, no,
That's yep. That's why En Vogue changed. That's why Hold On changed the sound. Like, it changed it. It was just like, it would have been the way Teddy was doing beats, and it would have stayed there. So when Hold On hit, it was like, wait, these girls are singing, but it's still street. Wait a minute. That woke up people in. That woke up people. It was no longer. It was about, like, you could tell when something else is about to start.
Yeah.
And they did it. You know what I mean? Because everybody was on that New Jack, Teddy, and Terry, Babyface and L.A. Reid. And finally they come with this, and it's like, oh shit.
You gotta give them their credit, which is why, like, once you got artists like your, SWV and your Escapes, and that, you was like, okay, like, we were ready for it. And Mary J, and like, we was ready for this new wave of a sound that was about to happen. And remind you, even once they came out, okay, because mind you, let's think about it. 92, okay, 92 is a year. You got a lot. You have a lot going on. You have Mary J. Blige. You have Tony Braxton. You have SWV. Like, it's a lot going on. Like, Escape about to tip out too. Like, it's this 92, 93, you got TLC, like, but even through all of that, En Vogue stayed true to the signature of who they were. They didn't get as rugged, right? They was like, all right, we gonna tap into the hip hop thing, but by the time these girls are coming out, En Vogue is on some funky diva shit.
Yep.
And it was like, you had the other girls, they popping, they hot. But En Vogue, goddamn it, they were the standard. Like, if you ain't them,
right.
But think about, even with all that was happening, En Vogue, they was racking up in nominations and awards, and they showed up to everything. Right. And not that, and we always say this, not that certain awards mean anything, but however, how you rack up all that stuff, VMAs, Billboard, American Music, Lady of Soul, Soul Train, NAACP, Image, as you're getting Entertainer of the Year, and the Grammys.
Nothing.
You play in their face so bad.
Played in their face. They even,
and still to this day, they are the most awarded group of the VMAs. Still to this day, they have more than any other group.
That's why I be going hard. Our people recognize us.
Yeah,
but the other award shows tolerate us.
That part.
Yep.
And we're talking about in their prime now. We're talking about in the prime. They are being played on everything. We talking about we getting played on everything. So it gets a little, but that song is really I really love the transitions of it all. I like that.
Okay, so we ended with the single that I think y'all guys about to go off on, which is Don't Go.
So So before we get into how it makes us feel, I just want to, because me and Darius have lots of feelings, very positive ones. And but this song, oh, it went number 3 with us. It did not cross over.
It didn't.
Damn.
It didn't.
I wonder why.
Too black. Too soul.
Oh yeah, black folk.
This ain't nothing.
So like I said, they can choose what they want to play. They choose not to play that.
Mm-hmm.
What you say about the awards? They tolerate us when a song is so big they can't deny. They have to play it.
Mm-hmm.
Like how Whitney Houston said, "I love it when they have no choice."
Yeah, that's what it was.
They love it.
No choice. They had to play that. Hold on. Yeah. They had no choice in the matter. They had
to, you know, get behind it afterwards. It's like, oh, we're gonna follow now. We're following, but then you get to Lies, and you don't have to worry, and Don't Go, and they play none of them.
Nope.
That's whack. It's whack. Just shows y'all the racism in music, y'all. Because this would have been a white group. Oh, they would have got played with this record.
That's what I'm saying.
They'd have got played for real. Because they were playing Wilson Phillips' Hold On. Y'all can play that record.
Which is which is an R&B song.
Oh, hello. That's an R&B record.
That's why the black folk like it. They know that song. That is an R&B song.
And it's the same
with the white girl singing.
But y'all can play that. But you can't play Don't Go? Help me out, somebody. But speaking of, we gave y'all a little race talk for the meanwhile, but y'all go ahead on your feelings about Don't Go.
Oh my God. At least you go first, child.
So wake up. I'm so glad. I'm like, don't come in like that.
First of all, no. The beat before these heifers even say a word is the like the.
I really have the she give you her best growl, but sound good.
To me, this is what now, you know, Terry get 2 solo records on this album, right?
Yeah.
This one, she sings with more feeling to me.
Yes.
I felt like with Just Can't Stay, she wanted to just show you, y'all, I can sing. This one, I felt like Terry was feeling that. She was like, please.
Heart and soul.
I believed every word of the song.
Absolutely every word.
And I think that's part of what makes it like so many it's a huge fan favorite.
Yes.
I think that's why, because you just really, it just feels authentic. You I believe it. I felt that way. I feel that way right now. Like, you know.
And how they sold it, how they delivered it, the presentation, when they performed that goddamn song. It is like it was like you took Diana Ross and the Supremes, the Jones Girls, and the Emotions, and just these are their birth children. These are their granddaughters, like these are their daughters, and they just how they moved and I'm like, what? This is not real. This is not real. They were the epitome of Black excellence and a standard they still to this day. They just had so much poise, and it was very sexy, but so classy, and to see Black women in that light like that, and be respected. God damn it.
Because like visually and style wise, they were updated Supremes as far as the aesthetic, like all the way.
Yeah,
all the way. Like that was their blueprint for real.
How they deliver. And in this song, it's like Terry is giving us everything she got, but then these 3 heifers in the back cannot be ignored because they come with this fucking harmony.
Like,
I knew y'all was gonna give me what I need with this song. But
because like and then let me tell you, I've seen them do it live, right? I've seen them perform it live when I seen them go at Sony Hall about 3 years ago, about 2, 3 years ago.
Okay.
When this song dropped, Elise, because they're sitting down, this is like they pull up the stool and sit down moment. Black people, white people, Asian people. I didn't know. I need you to really understand this. Lost their shit. We was like, ah, and she hadn't said a word. But when the band said, boom, 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 we knew. We said, oh, me, tears. She hadn't said a word. The tears, because you knew what was about to happen. And Terry Ellis, that lady, sang the house down. And even though it wasn't, of course, this is not all 4 original girls. However, with Terry, she understood and she understands. And I got to meet her, which was really, really dope. And for me to express to her like what that song means for us, to the people, how she delivered that. And she even said herself, she was like, I get that all the time. And she was like, I'm always so shocked because it was not a big hit. Like it wasn't a crossover hit for us. And I was like, but you don't understand. I'm like, and these homes, and these black homes, honey, this was a hit. It spoke to our soul. It was the things that our mamas felt, our grandmamas felt. You knew what that feeling felt like, and I said, what y'all did was y'all told us how our mamas and aunties and grandmothers were feeling through music.
I've been such a fool. Mm-hmm. That
and them harmonies. At that point, I'm like, you cannot ignore that they are paying homage to the great Jones Girls and to the emotions. That is them all up and through. All up and through.
Didn't Tommy and Denny want that in a group though? They said when they put the group together, they wanted the emotions, the Jones Girls. They wanted that feeling.
It invokes so many different feelings and emotions. And don't go. It's just it does something to me. I can listen to it all day, every day. Like Denny knows it. Like he's 3. Okay, so like my son knows like the Lord. Yeah, he knows it, okay? And I
love it.
I love it. I loved it. And, even to know that, like, this song has inspired other girl groups because both SWV and Allure, members from these groups, they listen to this song before they do a show.
Wow.
Allure has warmed up to this song.
I want y'all to realize how big Darius just stunted right there. If you caught it, he stunted his ass off. Let me tell you something. Bro knows so many people. I swear, he just stunted.
No, it's not even that. It's just like,
But I get it.
Weight. You know what I'm saying? It carries weight. Like, it's like, if I don't sound like this, I'm gonna sit the fuck down. Like, this is it. This is it. And even though I know, anytime they did this song always gives me a Angela Winbush kind of feel.
Okay.
It seems like a song that she might have wrote or she might have vocally produced with the girls. Because if you ever listen to how she delivers songs, you can kind of tell that she might have been a inspiration for Terry.
Okay. Yeah. I can give you that.
But I'm gonna tell you who the first verse give me vibes of.
Ooh.
Of how Phyllis Hyman would approach that.
Oh yes. Oh, ooh, good one.
Yeah. That low register.
I'm so glad to see
And that's very Phyllis. I'm so glad to see you.
Yeah, Phyllis would have
Now I
ate this
have
joint
the
up too.
chance to say.
Yeah. Well, Lord Stephanie Mills thrown in there.
Oh yeah. Oh
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's giving all those girls.
It's all like it gave every R&B diva that you could think. It Terry embodied that. I feel like she knew, like, yo, this is my moment. Like, I cannot fuck this up. And the funny part about it is that song originally was for Dawn to lead.
I heard that. So
Yes,
it is true.
Yeah, so there is a reference with Dawn on it, with Dawn leading.
Mm-hmm.
And she kept saying, she was like, no, like this is a Terry song. And when Terry got in there, they was like, well, goddamn it, you're right. She was like, and that's one thing I loved about them. Even, it with En Vogue, their issues have never been a
music
thing or who sings what. Who they have a clear understanding and respect for each other's gift and craft. That every song ain't meant for me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, and that's okay. And the way Terry delivered that.
Mm-hmm. I have a question. So the video, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel like the video was kind of giving homage to the Jones Girls?
Yes.
Okay.
With the yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was
Like
getting
Peach
very
Woman and all that.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, they was gorgeous on that.
You better,
oh my God.
Catch it, Elise. You better catch it, goddamn it. You better catch it, goddamn it. Because that's exactly what it was.
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
And like y'all was like,
talking about me do this.
Like you said, Darius, they had so much poise and elegance and so much class in that video. It wasn't for a song that it was, because quote unquote, people talk about how raunchy a song is. It's a love record. I mean, Terry is like, let's make sweet love tonight. Like she's but that video, they, like you said, they look like four beautiful Black women. Like it was just every style they was in. Just how they came in with the orange joint, and they just do. Like,
Trailblazers, y'all are actually sign language in your names in Vogue. Like, what the? This is like, this is next level.
Yeah.
Like, they were very intentional with all their moves and how they did stuff. And even them in the black dresses, and they just posing and the hit like, oh, it's legendary. So you got to understand, for us growing up in this era, in this time, when we see these type of artists live, present day, it's a certain emotion that comes upon you, because you know what it felt like, or what a day could be like when you heard these songs in your household, in the car, when you're walking down the street. Like, I remember seeing people driving down my block blasting En Vogue's first album, like the fucking cassette, in their cars. These are women, these are grown men. Like, they don't, because these are the baddest girls in the game right now. And they fire.
Yep.
Old, I remember my grandmother seeing them, and she wasn't, older than, but she was, for her seeing them, just being like, them girls bad. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just that, that energy.
Yeah.
Because you're talking about, a woman whose favorite group is the Jones Girls.
Right.
And when she was a little girl, she grew up watching Diana Ross and the Supremes. So you now seeing En Vogue, you're like, baby, they something. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's the energy. Like, yes. And it was that same feeling we felt years later when we seen Destiny's Child. We seen them, was like, they gonna be something. Something about them.
Yeah.
Something about them is special.
Oh yeah.
Even though they didn't push the whole four lead singer thing. No, however, they still had the essence of it in Vogue.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
You know what
Absolutely.
I'm saying? You
Oh
can
yeah.
tell that that was a huge influence
Oh
for
yeah.
them. They helped bring back that feminine look and the heels and the matching outfits and the choreography and the walk up and they brought that back.
Mm-hmm.
Because remember, you're talking about from 90 to 97. In between, and you didn't really have anybody that really gave the essence of it in Vogue in between, which is
No.
fine. Everybody kind of did their own thing. I mean, you talking about Brownstone, Total, 702, SWV, TLC, Changing Faces, Cut Close. It's a variety of all types of vibes and
Mm-hmm.
energy. But still, even with them all being so different, every group they always say, "Yo, En Vogue was what made me want to sing. En Vogue is what made me want to be in a group." Oh, they are the premier. Oh, like, and they don't care how much they sold. They always be like, "No, En Vogue was, yeah, they set the tone."
Especially with a
um,
song
like, I don't care how
Mm-hmm.
much I sold. Fuck that. En Vogue is the
Oh yeah.
blueprint.
Es-
Mm-hmm.
especially with a song like "Don't Go." I mean, shit. Come on, yo. Like, come on.
I'll
That's
tell you
why.
my favorite lyric in that song.
Please.
What's your favorite lyric, yo?
It takes a gifted man
Ah!
to release
I knew it.
love,
I knew it.
love,
Woo!
me.
It takes a gifted man to release
And
the love in
so
you.
far,
Huh?
you're the only
Only
man
one. Ha! Hmm.
who has
That is
gone
my
this far for me.
funny. Thank you. That line in the song. That's some grown woman shit. I mean,
Grown,
that's grown. Okay,
fully
and
formed
Vogue
adult.
been grown since they came out. Okay, been grown,
They came out singing. They was born to sing.
born to sing, funky divas,
So they
giving him
is
something he can feel.
something. Yes.
Born. And we ain't even gotten to waiting on you yet, because once we get to that, it's a
Oh yeah.
listen.
Shit, you brought it up. Go. Hey, and mind you, Waiting on You wasn't on the cassette. It was on the CD.
Deep.
That's when CDs was getting popular, and they would make you go buy the CD
Right,
rather
because
than the
Waiting on
cassette.
You was the audition song.
The audition song.
But
And
that
to
shit
know
sounds
that
so
that's what
good.
you
They said, no, throw that shit on the CD because
throw it on there.
this is their audition song, people. What you are hearing is an audition.
Mm,
And
mm.
they tried it with all four girls. There is tracks that has
Yeah,
Cindy singing lead,
yeah.
Dawn, Terry, and Maxine. But they kept saying there's a certain timbre in Dawn's voice that sells this song. And it's crazy because again, everybody originally thought like, oh no, Tari will probably do this. Funny, right? Everybody like, oh, Tari should probably do this one. Tari like, no, listen to how Dawn is singing this shit, right? And Dawn's a little nervous, like, she's because they're auditioning right now,
Mm-hmm.
okay? But her other members was like, she got it because when she was with them singing it just with them before in front of everyone else, she's blowing. But when she gets in front of Sarah, she's just a little anxious. But they saw through that and was like, there's a certain kind of pain, a certain kind of delivery that she is giving to this song. And the funny part about it is, I had not really paid any attention to this song, to be very honest, until right before I did an interview, before she came on my show.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's always fun. I don't know if it's because I was now an adult and I was going through some similar things in the song. However, I said, "Oh my God," because I am feeling the passion. Right? I felt like in that song, that's how I felt when I heard Terry sing "Don't Go." I now have this same type of moment, but with Dawn, right? I'm like, oh, okay, and it's just a smooth jazz. You hear the saxophone, and then you hear the rain coming against the window. So R&B, right? It's so sad, heartbreak. Okay. However, she is just giving it, and it's just, and you really hear Maxine really strongly in the background. So I can't keep waiting on you to come. Oh, listen. If that, and knowing that that's the audition, I'm like, yo, this right here told it all. You have superstars on your fucking hands.
I felt that way with, even though I agree with you with that, I felt they wasn't a singing group. They was a super team to me.
Mm-hmm.
They were a team.
Mm-hmm.
And I know when they were doing Waiting on You, I know for a fact that them harmonies, they didn't have to change. They just had to find a lead. Who was gonna lead this record?
And that's what they said. That's what they said. If you go back, there's an interview. It was like a little. This one En Vogue was trying to do like a little podcast. And their first episode was with Jenny and Tommy, and they said that they were honest. It was like the harmonies were so tight. He was like, we didn't do much with that. We just put it on the album, and that was it.
And just to think that these girls didn't even know each other.
This is a put together fucking group. These ain't no home girls we grew up together, went to school. No, you literally, I just met this bitch.
Right. And they
like for real, I just met her.
And that's what, and then Denny did an interview. I think it was Tommy did an interview, and he did it with this. I forgot what this podcast is, and he was like, we had, I think about 6 girls they had, and they put them all in a room, right? And they said they had it hot as hell in there, but they had like cameras in there to see how people was gonna play it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they said they knew Cindy was kind of like the mother, like, yes, let's do it like this, let's do this, y'all. And then Maxine was fitting in there, then Dawn was fitting in there, and then because Terry was late, she was late, and still ended up blending with them. So, and she said the other 2 girls was kind of complaining, it's hot in here and all this. Them 4 girls was working it out, and they said they knew then because they wanted it to be 3 girls.
Mm-hmm.
And then when Terry came, they was like, well, shit, why can't we have 4? Like, what's wrong with that?
Because, I mean, let's be clear. You can't just ignore Miss Terry Ellis.
No, they wouldn't have gotten it alone if you didn't have her.
You cannot ignore. But what I love is with them, sometimes when they sing lead, you can get them mixed up.
Terry and Dawn.
Yes. You be like, is that you? I'm like, no, that's Terry on that part. No, that's Dawn on that part.
Yeah.
Like, but that's the dopeness about them. Which is why, despite whatever, things that go on with them, they have continuously been able to give amazing shows because they stick to the formula. We must give a show. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Vocally, we must be on point. They're still doing warm-ups, vocal coaching. They are very serious about their craft.
Right.
Still to this day. And that goes for all 4 ladies.
Yeah.
And that's something that has just been instilled in them, which is why they can go with 10 years, ain't seen each other, ain't said a motherfucking word. When you get them 4 ladies together, it's magic.
I have to say this. You knew that them girls was above the rest. Now, we all know SWV is my favorite. For real. Favorite out of... But when they did that BET Awards, when Alicia Keys brought them out, and mind you, them girls have not seen each other in a minute, and Alicia Keys was like, I want the original 4. They came out walking down that stairs, giving them harmonies like they was together forever. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was just like...
Dumb bitches pumped. You hear me?
It looked flawless. You hear me?
Oh, my... Like, and everybody stood to their feet.
Yes.
It was in that moment, it was, oh my God.
This is
We
why we
had
love them.
we have En Vogue in front of us.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like, we talking about rappers, talking about Lil Wayne's up on his feet, like, oh shit. Like, it's the ultimate respect. Like, you know what? Because everyone in the audience understood. And this is BET. And
Yeah.
Alicia Keys, you bring out the four original girls singing Hold On, looking good as they want to look. She didn't have to bring out nobody else. That alone was the fucking moment.
Mm-hmm.
That
Mm-hmm.
was the moment.
Yeah.
And then you bring out what?
That was a moment. That was a
SWV.
moment. Oh my
I'm like, bitch, is that? I know that ain't Coco, Lily, and Taj. I am done. And then
yeah.
you have TLC. Like, you talking about three mega girl groups of the 90s. Like, they ran that shit up.
Yeah.
That's
That was
special. But again, everyone knew, even with them being who they were,
mm-hmm.
Baby En Vogue is the
Yeah.
is the okay. Let's be very clear.
Yes. So
Even at the end,
mm-hmm.
like, it's TLC song, right? That they're doing at the end of the performance, Waterfalls. But I love how even in that moment, TLC was like, "Bitch, let En Vogue sing our shit." They are blowing, they are blowing, because you hear them like blowing. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, Coco has fallen back. Everybody has fallen back and was like, "Yo, this is
Yeah.
on stage with. You just
Mm-hmm.
let them do them."
That's just respect. It's respect. Yeah.
Yeah. So
So
Waiting on
then,
You
so
is a dope
then,
moment.
so then we get into another joint that Terry did and just can't stay away. The Natalie Cole record. I always say this about this song. I felt like Natalie's was done for the 70s. Alicia Myers was done for the 80s.
Mm-hmm.
And En Vogue did it for the 90s.
Yeah.
It all had the same type of, you know what I'm saying, flavor. Like if you listen to each of them, you like, oh yeah, you know that was done in the 70s. Natalie Cole's was done in the 70s.
Yeah.
You knew that Alicia's was, it gave you that 1980s New York feel. Shout out to the catch that we did with Vegas. And then the 90s gives you that 90s vibe. Like this is what that is. And to me, like I was saying on Don't Go, I felt like Terry sung that with feeling with Don't Go. But this song, she just wanted to sing to, because Natalie Cole was one of her faves. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So she just wanted y'all to be like, look, this is my girl. I'm singing this record. And for them to do it on her show, Big Break, and they sung that, and you can see Terry is just like a little girl because she's just like, oh my God, I'm really doing this. And Natalie Cole was like, well, thank God y'all sound good. Because if you didn't, it would have went a little left because I would have wanted to sing this with y'all.
Okay.
You know
these are the divas talking. The real divas, okay? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, but yeah.
So Darius.
Yes.
What is an album track after the singles that are one or two of your faves on the album?
Part of Me. Part of Me. It is you hear all four girls.
Yeah. Yeah.
All four girls. It's not a whole lot to it. It's very simplistic, but it's beautiful. You just hear them just singing, and it's I love that in this song, right? I feel like in a lot of other songs we hear like hard vocals, right? Like in your face. This is very subtle, like just sing, like just real pretty. There's a message in it. I love the part where Dawn's like just kind of like talking, you know what I'm saying? And she's giving like this, the children of the future. And it's like, yeah. And again, the message, right? And I remember growing up seeing them, it was earlier. Remember back in the day when they had like telethons and stuff for you to like raise money. And they used to do a few of them, and this is the song that they would sing. for those kind of moments. And I used to be like, I remember like when you were having Vogue on your special and they saying this, it's like you knew. The coins are coming, okay? The coins are coming. Like people are now feeling, very supportive, uplifted, encouraged, and it's definitely one of my favorites. This is just like they just sound like pretty songbirds. All four of them.
I can agree. I can agree to that for sure. Do
Yeah.
I think it's a little sappy? That's me. You know what I mean?
It is sad.
It's
sad.
It's very sad. I mean, like it's
just
like
not sad, but sappy. Yes.
Yeah, it's just like it's like you said. It's so simple, but the girl sounds so beautiful on it. All four. You know what I mean? So that's why and then again, Denny and Tommy said, "Oh, y'all want to hear all four of them on lead? You got it right here."
Yeah, and that's rare.
Yeah,
that's rare, and it reminded me of, even though it's not as big as this song, however, it reminds me of the approach that Escape took with Understanding. You hear all four girls.
Okay.
And that's not common on a ballad. You see what I'm saying? When you hear all four girls sing, or all four members sing leads. So Part of Me will be one of my, like, not singles, but like little album, little faves. That's, every now and then, like if it come on, I'm not gonna skip it. I'm not gonna skip
it. It's one part of the song where like when they're like, oh gosh, what's the lyric? When they say careless whispers of a nation, you know what I always sing instead of that, even though I know that's what it is? What? I go, perfect combination.
Oh my God.
That'd be me. Because it just sounds a little better. I'm just saying. And it makes sense.
It's like I know what they saying, but that's what I'm saying, because that's what it sounds like to me. Perfect combination.
You found your way to make Johnny into come in here, right?
I mean, at least I'm consistent.
Always. Always.
Like En Vogue, consistent.
Oh, catch it. Woo. I agree with that.
From the beginning to the end, vocals never gave that on point.
That part.
And that's even with member changes, okay?
That part. Because I think if any member came in, it was like, you got to blend. Because if you don't, it ain't going to work.
Yeah.
It ain't going to work. Oh, so you said Part of Me, and what else?
That's kind of it.
Ooh.
Well, I mean, let me think. I'm looking at my little playlist. Because we named a lot of the ones I would listen to. Of course, I love You Don't Have to Worry, but that was kind of like a single. I don't mind Strange. I do like Strange. I'm not big on Party. Well, there's like a lot of talking. This is like a lot of just.
Well, I'll never, and you never will.
Yeah,
you knew Terry was funny. You knew she was a funny one.
Like she's a jokester.
Yeah.
And see, it's hard because it kind of takes us back to what we brought up earlier, where the order of the track list, it could throw you off. Like, I wouldn't have, like, to be honest, that Party track, I guess, I know it's like a little, I know it's 90s, people talk, but you ain't really need that. I would have rather, especially with an album called Born to Sing, I would have preferred something more so along those lines, more so connected to the title of the album. Like, all right, if you want to start off with something, even if it was them just, singing something in a cappella. I don't know, something just, but
wow. Could have just started it with Hold On, to be honest.
Or that too, right.
That'd have been a perfect intro.
Yeah,
with the first single and rock out from there. I mean, truthfully, in a perfect world, I might have done Hold On first, probably threw in Waiting on You, right after that, maybe threw in Lies after Waiting. You know what I'm saying? Like, you kind of just give it a vibe, or even after Waiting on You, you don't have to worry, and then do Lies. Like, you know what I'm saying? Let it be a build up. But yeah. But again, it kind of reminds me of the Born to sing album, even though this album is to me a more well constructed album. And however, the singles, they carry this album, right? They carry the album along with there are some dope album cuts, yes. However, that has always been En Vogue's thing. They have really strong singles that carry the album. They'll give you 2 to 3 dope album cuts, and then the rest you can kind of do without. They've never been a group where you need to have like 15, 16, 18 songs. No, give them a strong 10, and that's good.
He was a sexy.
And granted, that's a cute little whatever, but was it needed? No.
He's giving me all of it.
But it wasn't needed. It's not needed.
It wasn't.
It didn't make or break the album. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it wasn't. See, this is the
reason. Save that for a performance.
Right.
You don't need to put that on the album.
And technically, it's an interlude. I mean,
yeah, I get it.
I know how I feel about I don't really like that anyway.
Right.
But that little like
for me, if I'm gonna do an interlude, give me how Faith Evans would do her interludes. See them interludes, I'm listening to them motherfuckers. Yeah, so they sound like songs.
That's true. That's true.
And she's singing on them like they whole songs. So I gets my life.
See, I just like this because this was a lesson that my mom taught me about the Andrews sisters. So it kind of gave me a little bit of that. And then it was just like, I love when my mother don't even call this Boogie Woogie Bugle Boy. She called it Company B. That's what she called it. Like, that's it.
Remember when they did it on Different World?
Yes.
Now that I like, but that was because visually and it was fun and it was on my favorite show. And
right.
Yeah.
But I just hate that kind of music. I just can't, it just don't do nothing for me. So it could have been any voices, any group from any era, and I'd have been like, I don't like that bugly, USO, Bob Hope type music. I just don't like it.
Like that.
I could do without it. Yeah. Now, I appreciate them showing how musically inclined they were, yes, and how they how pretty much they show, we can sing anything. I appreciate that, right? I love that. However, it ain't really needed on the album.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't needed. Nah.
Right. That's a moment that you can have on a show, on a award show or some type of artist. You do it, y'all kill it, and leave it at that.
Yeah, I agree.
I agree. You do it when you're singing for the troops or something like that. You know what I'm saying?
Like something cute. Like that, and which they've done. They've sung for the troops and for different, USA things and whatever. So that, again, I agree. That moment could have been saved just for that.
Yeah, shoot. So I think the only song we missed was Love Lines, and that's to me that's would give you,
That's a great value. Hold on.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. It's the same.
And it gave you the vibe that you knew when we got My Lovin' with Dawn being on a New Jack type of beat. Yeah. You knew it. Yeah. It was like, okay, when you heard My Lovin', it was like, oh, she gave us something like that on Love Lines.
Yeah, and the way the album ends, right? I always feel like the way the album ends with Waiting on You and Love Lines and all that, I feel like they kind of already give you the heads up. I know on this album, we made kind of Terry and Cindy the forefront. Mm-hmm. But on this next album, I want to get you ready for Baby Girl.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And Our Quiet Storm. Yes. Because we never had really, the first album, we never got to experience with that combo. It's like having Dawn and Maxine lead a song.
Right.
And when we got that with Never Gonna Get It on the first single for Funky Divas, that shit knocked us out though. We was like, whoa.
And that's why you said on Waiting on You, you can hear Dawn and Max. Max a lot more on Waiting on You. So when we got to My Lovin', it was like, oh, we was prepared for this, but it knocked you in the face because you expected it to be Terry and Cindy to be the leads, and they wasn't. It was just Max and Dawn, and
Because you think
Dawn of the
about it,
90s, that.
even with us liking lies and people liking lies and for the culture, it wasn't a big moment per se, like a big moment for Dawn per se, right? It was a dope song. We love it. We rock to it for the culture. However, the big moments for her and for Maxine really didn't come like as far as like leading singles and them being big crossover hits, not until It Never Gonna Get It.
Yep.
And once we get into that, we like, oh, okay. And then we really get into Maxine's growl, and you like, yo, she like a baby little Stephanie Mills out this bitch.
Give it up, turn it loose.
Like she busy, like she gets busy. She gets busy. Yeah, like it's a vibe. It's a vibe. Now tell me this, and I know because I'm gonna ask you, Jeff, I know you are a huge Mary J fan, right? I want you, and I don't know if you've ever done it. Have you ever listened, like just straight listen to with tunnel vision, listen to Don't Go from En Vogue, and then Don't Go from Mary J. Blige?
No, never have.
Listen to it. There is some resemblance.
Oh, Mary's good with that. Oh, that thing is good with that.
It is some resemblance.
Something, she would put it vocally in a song of hers.
And that's how it sounds. Listen to Mary J. Blige and go.
I got it.
You're going to be like, oh, they sound a little similar. Okay. Of course, Mary's a bit more like, it's like actual like, but they sound very similar.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I can believe it.
And it's a vibe.
And I'm gonna listen to it with a different ear, and I'm gonna be like, and then I'm gonna text you. I'm gonna be like, bro, you right, because at least get this from me all the time. So
it's a vibe. It's a vibe. But I do feel like this album is a staple album.
Yeah.
Oh, this Born to Sing is very special.
Oh yeah.
It's special. Like it literally and again we always say this. It became the blueprint. Like, you could not, you knew in the 90s, right, at this point, you can't come out here and not have like no talent. Like, this is not gonna work. Like, how are you gonna follow up after this group right here?
Yep.
And even if they didn't come out with Funky Divas, Born to Sing is just, I mean,
the one.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we love Funky Divas, but there is no song on Funky Divas that make me feel like Don't Go. There's no song there that makes me feel like Waiting on You. There's no song there that makes me feel like Lies. Like it, or Part of Me, or You Don't Have to Work. It don't give me that same it just no. And I love how at this point they are two totally different albums. They're night and day.
Oh yes. Oh yeah.
After
we done broke it down, I get it. Before y'all know I was going in for Funky Diva, like, yeah, because I have such a thing to it. But when
this
we
is
broke
the
it down, I get it.
Vocals.
Baby here, raw vocals, them girls is going on, and the time never goes on. Catch what I did.
Is there any album is there any debut album from a girl group that gives you the same kind of feeling as Born to Sing?
No. I'm trying to think. Nah. After the night, no.
After them, I'm saying, like after them. Yeah.
I would say
they give you the same feeling.
Yeah.
In the 90s.
Like
I get that feeling from Brownstone. I get the same emotions. I get the same chill.
You're right. Yes. You're right. Yep.
For sure.
Brownstone. Yep.
From the first album, yeah. Because they came in too, singing
down.
That was.
I know En Vogue probably was like, wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Because mind you, they came out in '95, Brownstone. So at this, when they like, we need to hurry up and get the fuck back in the studio.
That's what Sylvia Rome was doing.
Because they probably said these heifers come out here rather. Because she probably said, bitch, TLC got this crazy sexy cool album out. We gotta get with it. SWV is still popping. Escape is about to come out with Off the Hook. Like it's getting real. En Vogue, where y'all at? Come on.
One Brownstone came out and not what we get in '96. Don't Go Love. En Vogue was like, we're back. We ain't never left.
And a soundtrack hit too at that. A soundtrack crossover.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And on that, let me tell you something. Dawn Robinson, Miss Girl. On Don't Let Go, it's a moment. But I love how all four of them have a moment on that song.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's a moment. They all bring something very special to them. En Vogue is just special and different. And I mean, just in general, like they are a rare freak. I have not, in my lifetime, since I have not seen anything else like them since.
They were born to sing, baby. That's what that was.
And we won't. Because they can never be duplicated. You just can't. They go down in history. And yeah.
Yeah. I think you dropped the mic, Durs.
Yes, he did.
And it's a Sunday. It's Soulful Sunday.
It's
been good. It's been good. I hope the people are ready for 2023 because no goofy shit, and Mr. Dress and Rest has a lot coming up. So please keep following me on IG _no goofy shit, TikTok _no goofy shit. There's a lot of things that will be happening. Silver Sunday Honors are in the work. It's in the work. It's coming. It's coming. It's coming. It's coming. It's coming. You have to be able to see it live and in person. And I'll be honoring some people live and in person, and you will get to see a little live interview, a little Silver Sunday in person. And that's coming up for 2023. I am going to be doing a lot of panel discussions.
Okay, Darius, I'm gonna tell you why we laughing at you.
Why?
Because we ain't do a favorite part of the show yet.
Right.
Oh, my bad. What was it?
No, but I want to hear all this.
Yes, me too, but we just I couldn't hold it because I'm like, I'm loving what you're doing, like for real.
No, because I know me, I will forget and be like, oh, I never say, I forgot to say this, drop that, put that out.
No, you got to represent for you.
Oh, I hear you. We love it. But I was waiting because Elise was about to come in with her favorite part of the show, and you just went in to be like, well, y'all, I need to introduce myself. Y'all need to follow
I need
myself.
to reintroduce myself.
Right.
My name is Durs.
How you doing?
Dress and rest.
How you doing?
Because all I do is dress
and rest.
Because love don't live here anymore.
I really wish that was true. That's so not true. However, it's catchy, okay? Because I work very hard, very hard. But I'm sorry, I didn't mean to mess up the flow.
Okay.
Mess up. It's not ain't no mess up.
Ain't no mess up. We want.
No, we do what we want on this show because it's our show.
Yes,
you just find your family.
Yes, but it's a lot coming up. So just follow, be on the lookout, and y'all will see. I'm really, really excited. We're gonna have some panels coming up. I will be reaching out to you all as well to
I can't wait for that.
Conversations about women songwriters and producers. That'll be one we'll be talking about.
This boy come with so many ideas, and I'll just be like, boy, you better do it. You better
50 years of hip hop. 50 years of hip hop is coming up. So I'll have a panel celebrating that as well.
Oh, that thing gonna get high.
Yeah. I am gonna give you a little tidbit. I am working on a documentary.
Okay.
I was gonna do, so I'm still gonna do this as a panel, but I'm gonna bring that, which will help promote the documentary as it's being worked on. But I am going to be doing the impact of female groups in music.
Oh boy.
Perfect.
Oh boy.
So it's going to be really, really dope. So it's a lot, and of course I want y'all a part of it as well. I'm just mastering it all because I need people that know ain't talking about
Exactly.
that part. But it's a lot coming up, and I just can't wait to release and put it out, and for it to be a ray of light.
Yes. So we're gonna do my favorite part of the show, a little quick one. This one will be easy.
Yes.
Um, and today's word song association is going to be some number one R&B records, the charts that I care about,
Okay.
from 1990. I'll give you the song. You tell me the first feeling, or memory, or whatever that pops in your head.
Okay.
No matter what it is. Okay. And just for the record, in 1990, only one song stayed on the charts as number one more than 2 weeks. And you know what it was? You ain't gonna guess it though.
So
Sensitivity.
Nope. It was Sister Perry herself, Pebbles, with Giving You the Benefit. It was for 3 weeks. Nothing else stayed number one longer than 2 weeks. Nothing. Not Prince, not Whitney, not nobody.
Not even Mariah.
Not Mariah.
You better work, Pebbles.
3 weeks? Go ahead, Pebbles. She had the big song in the 90s.
Nobody. Stayed more than 2 weeks.
Damn.
It kept changing. Not BBD with Poison. Nope. Nothing.
Wow.
2 weeks is what you got.
Damn. Damn.
Except for Sister Perry. Yep.
Wow.
I know that's right.
All right. So, first song I'm going to mention was number one, April 7th and April 14th. And it was Spread My Wings, Troop.
You always doing something, Elise, girl. Oh,
Devil stays busy.
Don't he? Spread my wings. Very nostalgic.
Oh yes.
Very nostalgic. You know, I come from a household growing up that was very music heavy. So True was definitely one of those that was played around the house. Definitely, you know, you could hear it. I could hear it with my mom, my grandmother, whoever. You just could hear it around and definitely on the radio. Yeah, it just brings like a lot of like warm memories and just hearing it at different things around family and stuff.
Yeah.
Chucky.
Yeah. All right. I'm only gonna do this one to make JR laugh.
What?
Since he said I always got to bring him into the show.
Oh God.
But May 19th, the number one record was "Rub You the Right Way" by Johnny Gill.
I don't feel anything. I don't like the song.
No, that's fair. I had to mess with JR.
Understandable. We love you, Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis. We love you.
No.
And Johnny was trying in the video. He was trying to dance.
You know what? It makes me think of like 90s movies. Like movies that came out at the time. Because that'd be a song that you would hear like somebody driving in a movie or doing something. You know, it's like, or like as the credits go off at the end of the movie. Like stuff like that. Like, I know.
Ooh, he is giving it all. Like, bro ain't with it.
That's why it's my favorite. I want people's honest reaction.
I love it. Yes.
That's why I say don't think about it. Just
yes.
All right. August 11th and 18th was "Vision of Love" by Mariah Carey.
Oh, me, Mariah. I don't like that song. People would be very surprised. I don't like that song.
Really?
Okay. I don't. That's not what made me fall in love with Mariah. I thought when I heard the song, I knew that it was big. I remember her being on MTV Unplugged. I remember that being a moment. I was like, she's a pretty girl. She can sing. Remember, we wasn't sure if she was white or black child. We was like, what? But we knew baby could blow. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But mm, nah, it's cool. It's a moment, but I could do without that. Like if I never heard her sing it again, I'd be okay.
She don't need to. Go ahead.
Yeah, I wasn't going there. Yeah, I wasn't.
All right.
It's kind of like if she was to do a verses and didn't play the song, I'd be like, chill, okay, it's fine. Who cares?
Ah, all right. And it's only appropriate to talk about them since we talked about En Vogue. But December 22nd and 29th, the number one song was Tony, Tony,
I
Tony.
was waiting. I was waiting. I was like, when they gonna come in?
It Never Rains in Southern California.
They tell me.
Tony. Let me just say this. They are one of the baddest groups in the game. We talking about musicianship,
Mm.
okay? Vocals.
God damn it, he done dropped the mic again.
I'm just saying, and then for them, they understood production. These are young men that were in the studio together, helping to create this sound that would go on to be tempted to be replicated.
Yeah.
In so many, in not even just in R&B, but people use their music in hip hop as well. So I just Tony, they need an episode of their own. That's a whole nother thing. But it was a good feeling, a good time, a good vibe. They bringing out the music, the hits, good energy. Yeah, I when I think of them, I just smile. Yeah, it's 2020 song. Yeah.
All right. And a week before that song was number one for the first time was Ralph Tresvant, Sensitivity.
Damn, I want to go grab my vinyl.
Ralph, Ralph, Ralph. Ralph is having his moment.
Oh, that was his moment. That was
Ralph
it.
is having his moment.
Yeah.
Ralph showed like I know how to stand on my own without the whole group. And I feel like in that moment, right? And as in a lot of different moments, I'm not trying to go off topic, but I just have to kind of acknowledge this with New Edition. You had a complete group of all very talented young men that rather as a unit, with all of them, rather as a solo artist, rather as another group, BBD, the hits just kept rolling.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You can never say that no one had a ball drop moment where like you know what I'm saying, where they didn't come and pop out. Like they did their shit. Like No Edition is special.
Yeah, they are.
So it's not easy when you are typically kind of pushed as the lead singer. There's a lot of pressure with your solo debut or you coming out on your own because
Yeah.
Bobby could do it, and if it don't hit, it's kind of okay, cool, whatever, or any other members. However, but because Ralph was definitely pushed, he was promoted as the lead, and he's the one hitting the moves, and like he's that David Ruff, and he gives us that extra little something, right? And with this, he came and he did his big one.
Oh yeah,
he came with it. So,
and speaking of New Edition, in 1990, Johnny Gill had two number ones. BBD had two number ones. Ralph with a number one.
you see what I'm saying?
Excuse me, BBD had three.
Word.
Word.
My bad.
Oh.
Okay.
And Johnny had two besides Ruby the Right. What he had was Steady Ladder Saw Where Do We Go From Here? That was a number one.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So like everybody like did it, you know?
And then Bobby was number one on the pop charts with his album "Don't Be Cruel" in 1990. Yes.
Yeah, but I'm talking about R&B.
Oh, yeah, number one on the album charts too. Yeah. My bad. I went left and went to them. Right, and it's always about us. He was number one on the R&B album charts during this time too.
Oh, okay.
So they was all killing it on the charts during that time.
Yeah.
Yes, but yes, edit that part out. I ain't mean to be talking about them.
No, that's just showing the point. No, because we often think of in that way.
Yeah.
Because I do it too, and I'm like, it ain't crossover. I'm like, wait a minute, that's number one R&B record. Who gives a fuck if it cross? Why do I care about what? Now, don't get twisted. I want my artists to make money.
Yeah, absolutely.
I do, but I feel like they lose out when they try to cater to that other audience instead of that other audience finding them because they're excelling over here, and it's a difference, and you can hear it in the albums.
Yep, that's right.
That's my thing. But no, I want my artists to make money. I want them to have acclaim. But I think they can do it with us. But I think the world has made it seem like that's not good enough, or that you can't do big things with that. But it's plenty of artists that were just on the radar with us that are doing great, that have these albums that endure so they can sell out arenas.
Right.
Anita Baker never tried to cater to anybody else. Shit, she didn't even try to cater to specific parts of Black people. She just did the kind of music, she did her jazz music the way she did it. And people loved it because it was
Phyllis
real.
Hyman, she never tried to cater. Phyllis ain't never tried to cater to the people.
Yeah, so you can be a legend and you can make a whole lot of money being true to yourself.
Yeah.
If your business right.
Papa la bullshit. Amen, somebody.
Amen,
somebody. Woo!
Yeah.
If the business is right.
Because like we saw with En Vogue, they was all on, hold on. But then the other three didn't do nothing over there. But they was number one records over here.
With us.
Right.
Yep. We didn't leave them.
No, we did not.
And they ain't leave us. No, nope. They never left
us. Didn't. Didn't.
No, they did not.
Never left us. They didn't care
how Pop World started to love them. They loved what we were loving off the debut. Now they start coming along with My Lovin' and Free Your Mind and giving him something he can feel. Was still a Black ass song, but it crossed over to them. But it was still number one with us.
Cool. Yeah. Cool. With Leon and Five Heartbeats, he said a crossover is a double cross. Like, it's cute for a second, but what goes up must come down. Yeah, child. And they got short memories and lies over there. Yeah, so.
Absolutely.
But yes, we thank you, Darius. Thank you for giving information on things you have coming up, because we all support each other in our little R&B family. Like,
yes, I love it.
And we will post all your links and everything, how people can find you in the video description. And
when I say I always love coming on you guys' show, always. It's always real. It's raw. It's uncut. We not for this ain't for shits and giggles. We give and that's why anytime, like, I could come on here every day. Like, I could. It is that much fun. Like, we just talk real shit, honest shit. And we respect each other's perspectives. You know what I'm saying? And we just have a good time. It ain't watered down. And this show, I always like, you know what? This show always reminds me of my brand. It's no goofy shit at all.
Did he just woo?
So, and for me, it's like I have to align myself with things that align with what I do and who I am. And this is that. R&B representatives is that. Period. Y'all better get with it. Y'all better get with it. This is listen. I see big things for this show. I do.
Oh, man, we hope so, man. We
I
out.
see big
And if we got the family that we got and everybody just support each other and do what we do, we can really make this R&B joint like what we're trying to do. And that's all it is, yo.
Yeah, I see it. This could end up being everybody, for what we do. It could be our bread and butter. We ain't gotta work.
Yes. I don't gotta go to this. Let me be quiet. No, I love my job.
You're so stupid.
But I love it here. I love everything that y'all was doing. I love it. It just feels good. It feels good.
That was also number one in 90.
What?
Feels good. Yeah.
You music nerd.
You just looking at it.
What a time. What about 90s R&B?
Right.
Certified R&B,
Such an appropriate shirt to wear. Yeah.
I thought so. And this is also courtesy of another 90s girl group. This is actually by Brownstone. Thank you, Gilbert. Yeah. So kudos to the girls. Ms.
Hey, Brownstone. Yeah.
The fire.
See how we can't even keep it together for 2 seconds. And I don't want us to.
I love it.
Yes. So we also want to thank our viewers for checking us out every week and participating in the live chat is always a really, really good time.
Yeah.
And we want y'all to like, subscribe, and share this video and other videos in our channel so we can have some more cousins.
Yes.
And anyway, we Black, we all family. Yeah, so just come on over.
Good.
Don't fight it.
Yeah.
And if you say you don't fool with us, it is lies. Lies. Don't you want to live your truth? Live your truth over here.
Don't make me get up and stomp this room. Don't do it.
Live in it.
You better hold on. I think you do have to worry, but that's neither here nor there. Give it up and turn it loose. I know that's another record, but that's okay.
It don't matter.
It's still in vogue, and it's still the truth. But yes, we will catch y'all on the next episode of Catch That Peace.